CRISPR Roots 22. Let's talk about the Pimps of Joytime. The Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista and their album Don't Belong. Okay, that's one artist for purposes of this discussion. Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista and their album Don't Belong, and Wyly Bigger, straight out of Memphis or near Memphis. Broken Telephone. These might both be considered blues, or maybe not. The Pimps of Joytime are got a very eclectic funk, soul, rock, and Wyly Bigger maybe is basically blues. But let's call these rock albums too. And one thing they really remind me of is how much I like rock and roll, and the fact that it's still possible to kind of get a bunch of musicians together in a single room and rock out. That's what both these albums sound like to me. Right? It's getting unimaginably refreshing in this cyborg world of information music. Okay? Really. All right, so I guess let's start with the Pimps of Joytime. I keep wanting to say Joytown. The Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista. All right, Sophia Urista is an interesting vocalist. This is an interesting band, too. I think sort of a interracial band, funk and soul, like I say. The way they sound on this album, I just gotta say, as we would put it back in the day, tight as a tipsy cat. It sounds like listening to Kool and the Gang on a good day or something like that, you know? Well, not exactly, but it's funk. A lot of it's funk. It reminds me of my Cadillac 3 guys a little bit, too, at times. Sophia Urista is an interesting figure. She got pretty far on The Voice. And she was in John Wick, maybe playing a singer. So if you remember that, I guess, I can't picture that exactly. But maybe I didn't see John Wick. So, interesting background. Very out lesbian woman. In fact, the first song on this album is called Girl on Girl. How about we rock out? Right, well, that's some rock and funk, I think. And now she hits that hard, you know, like it's as if every note is the hardest note Cyndi Lauper ever hit. You know, yeah, but pure too, actually, like quite a good singer. But that's not always, that's like her rock persona. She does a lot of things vocally. I think she's really good with this amazing band. Okay. I don't know, like, how about this much more soul sound? Like, I like this a lot. Make It Last Forever. By the Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista.
I'm searching for the meaning
Wow. I mean, that reminds me a lot of a couple of my favorite artists in the world, okay, like Betty Wright, the great 70s, still underrated 70s soul singer, cleanup woman, but so many great songs by Betty Wright. I Love the Way You Love, get that album. This could work on that album, this song, and also the arrangement, man. It reminds me of that Sound of Miami is what Betty Wright was doing, like Little Beaver on guitar and stuff like this, maybe on the production too. Great stuff. She on The Voice, she performed I Can't Stand the Rain. I did listen to a little bit. She really could handle that, but the arrangement didn't work, I think. So she kind of fucked up I Can't Stand the Rain. It wasn't her fault, it was the voice, I feel. But meanwhile, the band, the Pimps of Joytime, I just picture this as a rockin' performing unit. Let's try this one. This was called Joy Peace. And this is why I say Kool and the Gang or something like this, like, which is the tightest band I ever saw, I think. Amazing, man. But this has that vibe a little bit. Maybe this doesn't sound like Kool, but I like this one a lot. This is called Joy Peace. Joy Peace. Little diddly beat there to start. One aspect of where I just feel like the power of the organic now is drumming. I guess since the Cyborg era started around 2010 or something, I just found real drums like, oh my God. And that's what they're doing here, just like. Man, that's a tight funk unit, I think, man. Great little melody and everything, too, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's good. Like I say, she can... But they also do much more gentle soul. This is a very eclectic album. If you're going all the way from kind of hard rock, to that funk workout, to this.
And I don't know why I tell myself it's all inside my mind. I wanna be with you, but maybe it's time you go and do your thing and I'll do mine. I'm just a bag of these emotions. I try to move on, but it's weighing
I spare you by getting up from like having to watch my facial expressions, but I do feel music pretty vividly. Like I think that sounds awful good. Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista. All right, let's talk about a young man named Wyly Bigger. He describes himself as coming from Arkansas, just across the river from Memphis. I mean, I sort of was talking about southwestern Virginia the last week, but I mean, that's a good place to be from, too. I mean, where does the blues come from? Maybe it comes from Arkansas on the other side of the river from Memphis, like Sonny Boyle Williamson's hanging out over there. Maybe Roosevelt Sykes and people like that. And then they're drifting to Memphis. And then they're heading down the river to New Orleans and up the river to Chicago, toward Chicago. St. Louis. Wyly Bigger is very self-consciously Memphis blues. This is his first LP, I think. I imagine he's really kind of quickly become a presence in Memphis. I hope so. He's, in a way, he's a piano player. And if you really listen to the piano on this album, it's a exploration and a tribute and to the history of blues piano. Okay, really. So I mean, Roosevelt Sykes, to mention again, or all the boogie guys, but our Little Brother Montgomery. Like I hear maybe literally like a tribute to Little Brother Montgomery, an artist like that in here. Which is not to say this is some stilted historical excursus, not at all. It's a fun kind of rock and blues album. I guess I sort of hear it, a lot of it as, I don't hear it, this one, as Memphis so much as New Orleans. Because there's brass band going on, and because the piano often is pretty consciously paying tribute to Professor Longhair as well, or, Fast Domino, I guess, to some extent. So, but that's all the same world, man. That's all the same river, baby. Anyway, let's try a few times with this. He's a really good songwriter, too. This is called Broken Telephone, this album by Wyly Bigger. Like I say, W-Y-L-Y. All right, let's try the first song. Long here, right?
This ain't the first time we met. I know that for a fact. The connection we have has got to go way back. This ain't the first time we've talked. I've heard your voice before, and every time you said my name, I only want you more. This ain't the first time I've been those soft familiar lips, and every time they touch my cheek, it makes my heart skip a beat. I've been around enough to call it a safe bet. We've lived in love before. This ain't the first time we met.
Well, I mean, one thing I just want to say is like, what a rich kind of New Orleans-y sonic environment he's creating there. This thing is very horn heavy, very punchy, man. Like it's rah. It's real good that way. I think like this kind of New Orleans / Memphis sound / Arkansas / St. Louis sound. I love those horns, and again, like I'm feeling the drums and the horns in a way that I don't think I would have, even 20 years ago, because everyone's information device, I guess, but not Wyly Bigger. I mean, that's like maybe a bad pickup line, right? I feel like this ain't the first time we met. And maybe he's sincere though, actually. He sounds like he thinks that kind of thing can happen. But any way you look at it, it's a charming piece of bar music, I don't know. I like a lot of these songs.
Hello, is that you? Baby, this is you know who. Hello, is that you? Calling like I said I do. Told me when I called you, keep my voice down low. Make sure it's you before I say hello. Is that you? Baby, this is you know who. Hello, is that you? Baby, this is you know who. Hello, is that you? I'm calling like I said I do. Told me when I call you, keep my voice unknown. If a man picks up, hang up that phone. Hello, is that you? Baby, this is you know who.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I hear that as rock and roll too. Or just really nice blues. And I think quite a good lyricist too. Like these are good songs. And now, one thing I would say, like, he sounds like a young white guy. All right, and the vocals could mature a little bit. They're charming, they're tuneful, they're fun. They could have a little more blues growl to them. Still, I want to see this guy if I ever got a chance. Wyly Bigger. Like when I say like he's a nice lyricist and stuff, like how about this one?
Comes to loving, I've always been a maybe kind of guy. Maybe we'll make it, or maybe I'll just say goodbye. Maybe I mean what I'm saying, or maybe I don't. You want me to be certain, but you can be certain I won't. Darling, the way that you love me, straighten me out. When you're laying beside me, you take away all room for doubt. There's no hesitation, no inclination to leave and walk out the door. I've always done a maybe, but maybe I'm not anymore.
Okay, that's pretty good, I think. I like the title cut, Broken Telephone, which kind of could be a country lyric, really. Like, I wonder why my phone ain't ringing. It must be broken, because you ain't calling. You ain't returning my calls and stuff like that. All right, well, I mean, he's got a song called Thanks a Lot. Now, there's a Johnny Cash song called Thanks a Lot. And one of my favorite country songs is an Ernest Tubb song called Thanks a Lot.
I've got. You made me cry, and I cried a lot. I lost your love, baby, thanks a lot, my friend.
That's Ernest. So if you're, but this is a different song called Thanks a Lot by Wyly Bigger, not by Ernest Tubb, not by Johnny Cash. But you know what? And I was going like, oh no. It stands up. It stands up to the Ernest Tubb and the Johnny Cash songs.
Thanks a lot, honey. Thanks a lot. You really didn't mean it. You took my happy situation and really put me in a spin. I was content, baby, so content with the way that things were going. I could have gone my whole life long without ever knowing. When we kissed goodbye and parted beneath that Tallahassee sky, I made myself believe that we were through. And if you for months convinced it was goodbye, now you're writing me and saying I love you. My romantic stability is good and shot. So thank you, honey, honey, thanks a lot.
So thank you, honey. Honey, thanks a lot. All right. Yeah, so I think those are two excellent albums this week. I don't quite know how to designate their genre. I mean, Wyly Bigger pours out blues piano throughout that whole thing. So I guess we'll go with that. And the Pimps of Joytime and Sophia Urista, soul rock, I guess. Peace, yo.